Welcome back. Musical talent abounds right here in Kearney. And to show us and demonstrate that, Dr. David Nabb, he is professor of music at UNK, correct?
That's right.
And also Daniel Stover, and he is a musician at heart as well. He's been playing ever since you've been 6th grade?
Yes.
7th grade, 8th grade?
6th grade.
6th grade. And something very special, Daniel just received a brand new not clarinet, saxophone yesterday. Tell us what's so special about this.
Well, this was actually not a new saxophone. This was the saxophone that I had before my stroke that has been custom fitted with this one-handed mechanism to allow me to play with just my right hand.
So maybe we can see that a little bit better.
So this will allow you to play the keys that were on when you were able to use two hands.
These keys down here operate both the top and bottom hands on the edge of what would normally be the top and bottom hands on the normal instrument.
Okay. Is it going to be hard to relearn that, do you think?
It's going to be awkward just because the fingers have to do different motions than they used to. It's not just picking up fingers and putting them back down. There's lots of sliding opposite directions and things. So it's going to take some time to relearn the movements, but the fingering is very logical. It mirrors what their hand is used to do pretty well, so it makes a lot of sense.
Okay. And Professor Nabb, you're familiar with this because your saxophone, is it exactly like this, or are they each different and made individually for each person?
Well, these are custom-built instruments, and we should start by saying they're really not available anywhere in the world. What Stelling Browse and Winds is doing here in Kearney is absolutely unique, and in this particular field is groundbreaking and quite remarkable. I had a stroke 11 years ago and was no longer able to play a normal saxophone. So Jeff Stelling adapted my saxophone with his toggle key mechanism, and now I can play most of the same music I used to.
Neat.
It's awesome.
Now you were sharing with me that the pieces that are added to the saxophone, explain how many pieces, because it looks pretty similar, but there's a lot more added to this particular saxophone.
Well, it looks similar because you take a conventional horn, and Jeff takes all the parts off of it, and then strips them all off, and then completely re-engineered the mechanism for one hand, and thus developing what's on here. And so the mechanism parts are all custom made, all the stuff down here, and most of the moving parts up here. Yesterday, I think he told us there are about 300 moving parts that are custom made for each instrument.
Boy, you forget one pad on one of those and it'd be a little squeaky. Can you play a little bit of that for us so we can hear how that sounds? This is what Danny will be doing shortly, right?
Hopefully.
Must be inspiring for you to see Professor Nabb and to know that you're going to be able to play again.
Yes, it took Jeff about 2 years to finish my horn, just because of his workload. And anytime I felt myself starting to go into a slump of just going back into not feeling like things were going to ever happen again, I would watch David's videos on YouTube of him playing, and it just made me re-energize me and just remind me that I will be able to play again soon.
So how long will it take? Will you be teaching him how to play this particular instrument then?
It's the system is extremely logical, and Daniel is a trained musician, and so I don't anticipate a series of lessons. I'm certainly able to consult
by Friday.
If he has questions. We'll talk about it, I'm sure, over the next few years.
Great.
But it's pretty self-explanatory. This particular mechanism is also being played by a young girl in New York State who has a paralyzed left arm. She had from a ski accident, and she is in 7th or 8th grade and has taught herself this mechanism and is doing great. Jeff built that horn, and another fellow in South Carolina who had his left arm amputated after an accident, returned to playing with this instrument. Like I say, they're not available anywhere in the world.
Yep.
Jeff Stelling has developed this ingenious mechanism, and all the engineering. It's not just the mechanism, it's the engineering for all the details to get it to work.
Exactly.
Well, we look forward, Daniel, to having you come back when you get that down pat and playing for us. And congratulations on getting that. And Dr. Nabb, thank you for being here and sharing that with us as well.
Thank you for
and thank you to Jeff Stelling as well, too. Makes me want to go out and just learn how to play an instrument. You guys are an inspiration. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more Good Life in just a moment. Stay with us.